In this video, we're going to be replacing the front sway bar bushings on this 2008 Acura MDX. We're going to take our wheel off and use a 22mm socket. So here are our sway bar bushings. We're going to be hitting these bolts here. There's one here. If you follow it straight over, there's one more back here. They're going to be 14mm. For leverage, we're going to use a breaker bar. Just break them free. And we'll come back with our electric tool. We'll use it in the front. So now, with those two bolts out, we've actually released this top bracket on top of the sway bar, but it's been there for a while, so we're going to use a panel tool, pry up, see if we can pop that bracket off. Now we have access to our sway bar bushing. Now you notice there's really not much room, there's not much give to remove our bushing. So at this point, what we'll need to do is raise our suspension a little bit to put upwards pressure on our sway bar link, or sway bar end. Because our sway bar is really tight, not giving us access to remove our bushing, we can remove either the bottom link or the top sway bar link. We've opted, just for easy access, to remove the top sway bar link. If you can get this to spin and back off without the actual ball spinning, go for it. If not, you can back it up with an 18mm wrench and back out your 18mm nut on front. Okay, with that done, go ahead and push your link out of your strut. So with our sway bar link disconnected, you can see our sway bar has plenty of movement. With one hand, we're just going to pull up on the sway bar. On the other hand, we're just going to remove the rubber bushing. Take note of which direction this cut is facing. It's going to be facing the rear. And we'll just pull that rubber bushing right off. Sometimes I have to work it to the side a little bit. And we can take our new one, put it in the same orientation, opening to the rear. Sometimes what you might want to do, depending on what it looks like down there, is clean the bar itself and or all this debris around and underneath your bushing area. So we'll just grab a quick wire brush and do that now. So what I'm going to do is just give this sway bar just a little bit of lubricant along with the holes for the bolts. And we can go ahead and put our new bushing on. Just going to open that bushing, lift the sway bar into the opening. Slide it into place. Now we can put our retaining strap back over top and our two bolts. Right, so now we can take our new bracket, push it down into place. Your new bushing is probably going to be a little stiffer and a little bigger than the other one because the other one's been worn in. So don't be surprised if you have to push it into place and you have a little gap here. With our bolts, we're going to thread them in by hand to start, and also reposition our bushing to line up. You can see our bolt is a little bit of an angle, so we're going to pull our bushing outward a touch until our bolt is straight up and down. All right. I will line up and do the same for the rear. And that gap that we have there will get sucked down when we start tightening these down even. You don't want to torque one of them all the way down and then go to the other. You want to pull them down together. Our 14mm socket. Go ahead and just get that about halfway. We can't get our deep socket in the back, so we'll switch over to our ratchet. All right, now we got them snugged up. Come back and torque them down to 29 foot-pounds. So now we can put our sway bar link back in. Oh, I'm just going to angle that a little bit. Tighten that back down with our 18mm socket. Right, now we'll torque our sway bar link to 58 foot-pounds. All right, and the process for your sway bar bushing on the passenger side is the same. With a 22mm socket, we're just going to snug these up. Now with the vehicle on the ground, we can go ahead and torque down our lug nuts. We're going to do it in a crisscross pattern. I'm going to torque them to 90 foot-pounds.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.